Hey there, Wolf of Wall Street fans. Today, I want to talk about the importance of sales for your business. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was younger, all that ABC, always be closing shit and boiler room talks seemed kind of cringe to me. But the older I am, the more I feel sales is the most important aspect of your business, even more than marketing or the offer itself. Here's my take on this. In whichever line of work you are, today the competition is fierce. So what this means for you? Well, hardly you will ever have a software or a product that's unique. More likely, whatever you produce, there are hundreds of competitors doing the same, which means your offer is not different. And the pricing, pretty much the same thing. Reality is, you throw down a 50% discount, advertise that, competitors see you, they do the same. So again, you're running in circles, trying to be different, but you're actually just blending in. You may say that is where marketing jumps in, but here is another harsh truth. Meta and Google are public platforms, so whichever type of creative idea you have, as soon as you advertise, everyone will be able to see it, analyze it, and do the same, similar, or better. Let me clarify that a bit more. Here is how your typical funnel looks like. You have a product or a service, you want people to hear about you, so you start marketing and the word gets out. Then a bunch of people see you but ignore you, and some small percentage ends up on your social media profile or a website. And out of that small percentage, just like another small percentage, 2 to 3% basically does some significant action like browsing through the website or clicking on some call to action buttons. But do you know what happens when they bounce? Meta will start delivering similar ads to them with an insane frequency. So now they're seeing a dozen more ads about the same product or service as yours. And Google, it will do the same shit basically. You can check this yourself in like 5 minutes. Just scroll through your Instagram account, find the first, let's say, e-com ad, click on learn more, shop now, and you'll get redirected to a website. Then bounce from that website and see what's going to happen with your feed in the next 24 hours. Same offers, similar prices, similar marketing strategy. So you're not really standing out from the crowd by any means. But there is one thing that can separate you from the pack, and that one thing is sales. Here's the thing. As I said, only a small percentage of viewers will care about you for a really small amount of time. So what you need to focus on is constantly improving your sales technique, the way you craft your message, the way you attract people to do one more action at a given time, and to know how to hook them so they want to come back to get more. Here's an example from my niche, digital marketing agency. Yeah, right, there are thousands of them all over the world. So how do we find new clients for us when in reality, on the first glance, we're not different from any other agency? I mean, every agency will tell you they have a top-notch team, they have best results, they're gonna throw guarantees like they're no big deal. And even if you niche down to like we are a marketing agency for chiropractors, guess what? There are thousands of them as well. So here is how we do it. We hook leads with small offers and then nurture them through the funnel so they are less reluctant to commit for a high-ticket offer. So we do lead magnets like free PPC playbook for business owners, free checklists, blueprints, like easy to digest things. We run ads to get more people to download these assets. We add forms so we can qualify leads on the spot. So basically the sales team knows if a lead is worth their time or not. Then once they opt in, we get emails, phone numbers, and websites. And the important thing is we own that data. This is nothing new, like most agencies out there are doing exactly the same. As I said before, nothing wow about it. But the next part is what we do differently, and yeah, you guessed it, it's sales. So instead of just blasting emails to everyone using a tool, which honestly we also do by the way, we're connecting with all the leads personally via social media and email. Let's say, here's an example, someone who owns an e-com business downloaded our lead magnet. Amazing. Our sales team will do a deep research about the owner, about the business, everything they are doing right now. Essentially, we will do our homework and then we will reach out one-on-one. We will send an email saying something like, Hey man, Stefan here, co-founder of Diggity Media. I'm reaching out because you downloaded our ebook. I hope you find it valuable. But here's the thing, I found your website intriguing, so I decided to dig around it and found some interesting things. This is where the personalization comes in, and honestly, it varies from case to case, but here is essentially what we could say. You're currently running ads on Meta, but I see only 3 active ones. This means one of the two things. Either your ads are not converting the way you want to, but you don't have enough time to build new ones, or your ads are doing an amazing job right now. But ever heard about the ad fatigue? And do you know that ads now get fatigued 5 times faster than they used to before? This means that if you don't start producing and switching creatives really fast, it's just a matter of time before your results go flat. Also, I've noticed that you don't have the proper setup, so your ads are optimizing for page views instead of purchases or conversions. That's fine if your goal is to get views, but if you want sales, you're missing out on a huge chunk of profit. And finally, my guess is, and this might be far-fetched, is that you're currently spending anywhere between $50 and $100 per day and getting 2 to 3 conversions only. By testing more different creatives and optimizing for the right conversion, you could easily get an additional 4 to 5 conversions per day with the same budget. If you need help doing that, feel free to reach out and I will be glad to walk you through the process. Have a great day. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people out there are saying when you're doing outreach, try to do short emails with call to actions, but the thing is, these types of emails are converting way better than the generic ones you can send by using some AI tool. For example, this flow converts at like 10 to 15% positive reply. Why? Because now we're different from everyone else. Our email stands out. It's, as I said, not just one of many AI generated saying like basic stuff like increase your sales by 30% guaranteed. And it all comes down to sales. It's not our marketing or the offer, right? It's the sales process that we do that gets us clients. Of course, this is just the first email. We have a whole follow-up sequence, and if they don't reply, we go to social media, we retarget them with new ads and new lead magnets, and eventually cold call them. So we're constantly on top of their minds. But I'm gonna pause here. I'm not saying you should spam people just because you have their contacts. You need to be realistic about this. If you see that your product or service can help someone, then be consistent and push to get a reply. On the other hand, if they're doing a great job, don't be too pushy. It's better to say something like, I've analyzed your ads, you're doing a great job, keep rocking. And if you ever feel like you need some assistance, feel free to reach out. Peace out. At the end of the day, it all boils down to that one split of a second where they will see your ad headline or your email subject, your social media message and react. So you need to make it count. And that is why nowadays I consider sales the most important process in your business. I'm really interested to hear your take on this, so let me know in the comments. Do you agree or you think sales is still overrated and cringe? I'm Stefan and I will see you in the next one.